Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host, Eben, and today is a beautiful day up here in Lake Tahoe. It's 64 degrees. I'll be doing a full review on a 2013 SL550 Mercedes Benz. You say, Eben, why do you say Benz? Well, because I can't say Benz. No, I'm just kidding around. So this is such a cool car. I'm fortunate enough to be able to own it. This is my personal car, and such a cool thing. So we'll start off with the review. We got the key. The key is a good shape to it. Doesn't bother you. It's not too big. You can feel the buttons to lock it, to unlock it, to pop the trunk is very nice. You hold down, and we're going to come over here to the lid. So this is it's all hydraulic. So you got this little safety shield. This pulls down. As long as this safety shield's down and it's covering your stuff, this whole system will work and it won't get damaged. And it operates like that. Another feature that I like a lot about this is the kick feature. You just kick underneath and there's like a little sensor that sees it. So say you got a big box of stuff in your hands, you're coming up to the back, you go like that, you just throw your stuff in. So it's awesome. Now today this review is going to be a little German, so I'm going to be a little strong with it. Because if you wanted your car to run longer and stronger, that's what this channel is all about. So subscribe to the channel, because that's what we did, is we changed all the fluids on this car and it now runs a lot stronger. So now we're going to keep going with the review. We're going to go on to the exhaust. The exhaust is very, very quiet. You can barely hear it. If you want to just kind of melt away and you don't want anyone to see you, this is a good car to buy. If you want everyone to notice you, do not buy this car. Not going to be for you. It's not going to catch anyone's attention. So we're going to come around to the tires. We get a Toyo Japanese tire. This is a specialty tire. It's a 240 treadwear, super soft. And the car rides a lot better on an 18-inch wheel. This came with a 19-inch wheel, and it rode like a Ram 3500 pickup truck. So now it runs good. Coming on over to the touch feature. I love the touch lock feature. So right now the car's unlocked. We're going to touch it and boom, it locks that quick. You can do it with just one finger. Here's just a finger. Unlock and lock. That easy. I love the feel of the door. It pulls so easy. The doors open real wide, which I like. And then I just sit down. Whoop! I don't have to worry about hitting my head. And then I just slide in. So if you're bigger, taller, whatever, this car is going to fit you really well. You can weigh about 250 pounds and about 6'4" and still fit in this car. It's just amazing how much room this car has. So we're going to put the seat back. I want to show you. I'm 5'9.5", and there's the seat all the way back. I can barely touch the gas pedal. Locked out knee. Crazy how much more room compared to my old Corvette. So that's awesome. Now we're going to move on to the engine compartment. Just want to show you what the engine looks like. It's a teeny weeny 4.7 liter motor. In the States, 4.7 liters is small. In Germany, 4.7 liters is a little bigger. Now I like the hood because it has this upright, like 90-degree hood, and it just works so effortless now. We got it all lubed up and stuff. So this is the motor. And it's got little teeny weeny twin turbo motor turbos in the side, and those turbos spool up really quick, so there's a minimal turbo lag. So if you're the type of person that likes a lot of torque and you don't want any turbo lag, you're going to love this car. If you like naturally aspirated, well, you're going to have to get a naturally aspirated car. But so far, so swell. Love it. Love everything about it. So we're going to bring down the hood. And now, just to let you know, we did change all the fluids on this car. So that playlist is going to be up here in the corner. Check that out. And what else are we going to get to? We're going to get to the brakes. The brakes on this car. Take a look at the rotors. It's a 13.5-inch rotor. And that rotor really has a lot of gripping power. This car stops in 105 feet from 60 miles an hour. So really good grip levels. Coming on around to the gas tank. I like the gas, just popping the gas caps nice. I want to show you what it looks like when I pop it off. This handle's really nice. It doesn't mess with your hand. You can come super quick, set it right there, and that's what I like about it. It holds well, and this nozzle's really nice. So, you know, it's just a small subtlety thing, but the quality is really good, and so far, really enjoying it. Come on over to starting the car. Starting the car, super easy. You just sit in. You don't have to put the key in, just one touch. And that's it. Super, super, super quiet car. And amazing how quiet this car is. Right now we have a couple of features on. We have the heat is on high. Right now it's exactly 64 degrees, and that's on the dashboard. You can see the mileage. This car has 45,000 miles on it, and it runs amazing. It runs about, I would say when I got this car, it was a 7 out of 10. Now this car is a 9 out of 10. In driving, shifting, we changed all the fluids, the transmission, the coolant, the motor oil, the rear diff fluid. We did the intercooler fluid, so now it's running a lot better. So I want you to hear this car rev a little bit. I just want you to hear, I'll just touch the gas. Ready? So you can barely hear this car. Hard to believe how quiet it is. So, well, let's go ahead and cruise around the block. So we have the partition closed, so we're gonna go ahead and open her up here, or put the roof down, so you can see it's super fast, super quiet, not gonna disturb anybody. If you have a bad back, this car is really ideal because a lot of things on it, you don't mess up your shoulders. So let's just say you got a bad shoulder, and watch, I'm not gonna close this door all the way. Watch what happens. So there's an actual motor that pulls that in, and just really, really cool what that does. So yeah, so got something going on here. But yeah, it's really cool to see how quick that does. So now we're going to take it back down. Here we go. Just pulling up in this little bar. And that's it. Let's go for a cruise. One more thing before we get into driving impressions and how this car handles. We got this little windscreen that comes up. You push this little button here, it goes up and it goes down. One touch, and then we got the windows. Here's a button in the middle. You pull this button up, it brings up both windows, and when all these windows are up, it blocks about 78% of all noise around you. So it's super, super quiet, and just hard to believe how quiet this car can actually drive. This is the quietest car, sports car I say I've ever driven in my life. I mean, it's hard to believe. So, well, let's get into some real driving impressions. All right, we're getting ready to cruise. Just wanted to go over the nav quick and the whole info system. Got the nav, really nice. We're at the lake right now. You can zoom in, zoom out. So we got Lake Tahoe right here. We're gonna keep zooming in, and this is where we're at. We're at the very bottom of the lake, and we're gonna start cruising around right now, and also get into the sound system. Is I would give it maybe a 7.8 out of 10. It could be better. The suspension is all air shocks. It's got a sport mode and a comfort mode, and the sport mode is really, really nice for these twists and turns as we drive. And then the comfort mode is really nice if you're in town. There's a lot of potholes and a lot of really bumpy stuff. You definitely want to drive in the comfort mode. Now, one thing that this car just doesn't drive as smooth as it could. I shouldn't say it's smooth, I should say it's a little firmer than you'd think it would be for having the luxury suspension. So even in sport mode, it still rides pretty firm, but it's not unbearable by any means. And the turn-in is really good on this car. It's got a great weighted feel. And now, since we're going up through these switchbacks, take a look ahead. You're going to see these switchbacks. I'm going to go into sport mode, And sport mode's going to keep the car in one gear lower, so it's a little bit more responsive. So here's like a little 10-mile-an-hour curve, and you can barely hear this motor. I mean, just barely hear it. So yeah, so now we're coming up on a gorgeous view that's unreal. So you can take a look ahead, watch this. It looks like an infinity. It's like an infinity pool. Check out this turn right here. Take a look at that. Woo. So the car is just so quiet, and I mean, just unbelievable. I want you to hear how quiet this is. So right now we're just getting ready to go up here. I want you to look ahead, look straight ahead. All right, now look at me, and watch. I'm just gonna roll into it a little bit. Watch. There's 45 miles an hour, just like that. I mean, this car just has so much power. It's unbelievable. I definitely wouldn't drive this car with the traction control off out here. If you're just not worth it. I mean, it's very predictable, don't get me wrong. It's a predictable car, but I mean, the torque, when it goes in, it's a huge monster wall of torque, and it just never ends, kind of. It's about 525 pounds of torque. And I found a dyno video where they dynoed one of these cars, and it made 447 wheel torque. So take a look at this. Both sides are straight down almost 1,000 feet. Line in the middle. So you don't favor the side. You ride the yellow line. But it's something. So back to steering. The steering's really nice. It's got great turn-in, but it's numb. It's got a very numb feel to it. So if you want an engaging car that's really engaging, you'd want to get like a Corvette or a Porsche or something like that. So it does have a numb feel to it. Now, however, the newer Corvettes did become numb. So the C7 Stingray is kind of like this. So, you know, if you want a C6 Corvette, you know, that's going to have a much more engaging drive feel to it. What else? The braking modulation, I would give a 9 out of 10. It's unbelievable. The only car that I've ever driven that beats this in braking is the 458 Italia Ferrari. That was an amazing car I've driven. I've given that car a 10 out of 10. And now we're coming down this pretty steep hill, and this car just engine brakes so nice. I'm not even punching the brakes. Now I tapped them for a second, and just so smooth and just effortless the way it engine brakes. And it doesn't gaggle, it doesn't pop, it doesn't you know, hesitate. There's no weird quirks to the car. The steering wheel, I want to talk about the steering wheel. It's a little hard to get used to. The buttons here are a little weird. It takes time to get used to controlling the speakers, controlling the navigation, controlling the fuel mileage by the steering wheel. The other thing that's weird about the steering wheel is the paddle shifters they hit your fingertips when you're grabbing it here. When you're grabbing it here, it's really nice. When you come up here, you're almost a little too tall, and it's a little awkward. Also, the adjustment on the steering wheel, it's a telescoping in and out steering wheel. It doesn't adjust perfect for me. The steering wheel could actually come down a little bit lower. So I'm about average height. I'm 5'9.5", 175 pounds. So yeah, the steering wheel's not perfect. I gotta beat up Mercedes. It's not right. It could be better. The seat adjustments are right here, so they're really easy to get to. You don't have to fumble beside you. If you have a bad shoulder, like I said, if you're older or you have any type of physical problems, this car is just untouchable. because you don't have to do a lot of other work with the car. So far since I've had the car, I put 4,200 miles on it. Take a look. Since I drove it back from Colorado Springs, I reset that trip odometer, 4,200 miles. And I gotta be honest, I love the car, but I gotta say, it's actually not better than a Corvette. And my previous sports car was a 2004 C5 manual Corvette, and this car is actually not better. I gave my C5 Corvette a 9.1 out of 10 overall for the price. This car I give exactly a 9 out of 10 overall for the price of what I bought it for. I bought this car for 29% of MSRP. This car brand new is $119,000. I got it for exactly 29% of MSRP. And the condition of it when I bought it, the exterior was a 7.9 out of 10. The interior was a 9.2 out of 10. So I mean, for almost a new car, for 20-some% of MSRP, it's a good deal. But the Corvette still beats this car by 0.1. Hard to believe it's the real thing, but you gotta value it on what you value and what your axiology is. If your axiology, your study of value is you like the luxury and that type of thing. Now, for me, the looks on this car are just okay. You know, I'm not crazy about the looks. I think it looks good, but I don't think it's a great looking car. I mean, a Ferrari to me looks way better. But you know, you're gonna pay one price for one thing, one price for another. So, and they're a totally different car. This car weighs 4,000 pounds. It's got knee airbags. It's got so much safety, so much stuff to it. So I really hope you enjoyed this honest review. I took this review very German, very calculated. It's a very, very German car. So you might not get it when you drive it. It might not be your type of car, and if it's not, throw it away, move on, buy another car. But if you're into the German, that hardness, that no matter what, get it done, you know, this transmission, I mean, this car legitimately scrubs off at 3.8 seconds 0 to 60. We did a video the other day with a passenger in the car, a 230-pound passenger, and this car really broke at 4 seconds 0 to 60. So 3, 2, 1. Sexy. Here we go. All right, I wanted to mention this transmission. This is the best automatic transmission I've ever been in. Hard to believe, but there's absolutely no clunking. So right now we're in reverse. Take a look. And now we're gonna go to drive. And now we're gonna go to reverse again. And there's absolutely no clunk in the drivetrain. There's no jerking, nothing. So we're gonna go in the drive. That's it, here we go. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was the paddle shifters. In manual mode, the paddle shifters are very responsive. So listen for the shift, listen. So I mean, it shifts, I would say, half as quick as a 458 Italia, and the 458 Italia Ferrari is the fastest shifting automatic I've ever been in. But here, I'm gonna go from fourth to third. Now I'm gonna go from third to second. I mean, just amazing how quick this car shifts. Also, what I like is I like the sport mode, how in the sport mode, it really holds the lower gears, so it doesn't ever have to downshift. It just rides that wave of power, and it's just so effortless. But I usually really don't like automatics. My last car was a manual car, and I just usually hated automatic transmissions. But with this car, it's actually tolerable. It won't make you want to just drive the car and just drive it off a dam or something, but it's hard to believe how good this transmission is. I give this automatic transmission a 9 out of 10.
Where would you be with nude comedy, Germany.
Hey, if you love the review, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, tap the notification bell. I do a giveaway here in my channel every last Saturday of the month at 11 a.m. It's loads of fun. We give all kinds of stuff away, like $100 gift cards, and I do Amsoil products. So if you ever want to try the Amsoil products, reach out to me. You can always call or text me anytime. This is all I do, 60 hours a week. I do this YouTube channel, and to me, I go by loving and giving makes life worth living. And the more you give, the better you live. And that's what makes me get up in the morning. So I named the car, it's called Rose. She's called Red Rose. So she's my little flower. And I play with her. She's so delicate. But she is a very comfortable car. And I give it a 9 out of 10. And hey, check out all the fluids we changed on this car to get it from a 7.1 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. That playlist is right here. Definitely subscribe, tap that, and hey, we'll see you back right here on synthetic oil protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.